I want to tell you about a reading light that I got about a week ago and why this reading light is so much better than all the other reading lights I've gotten up to this point. First, it comes in a little box just like this. I'll show you what you get with it. You get the reading light itself, and we'll talk about all the parts in a second. You get a little instruction manual, isn't that nice? And you get a little charging cord. Now the charging cord is USB on one side and it's a USB-C on the other. That's the one that has the equal oval. So as you can tell, this is something that needs to be recharged. And I want to pull this out and kind of show this to you. This is how small it is. Here's a finger. Okay, it's much smaller. It's actually thinner than my iPhone. I don't know what else I can. Here's a little cord. Here's a USB. It's really, really small. It's a nice light little reading light. There's no AA batteries in it. There's no AAA batteries in it, both of which I've had in other reading lights. And the problem is they become kind of bulky and heavy with all those batteries. This is a very light reading light. So you charge it. There's a little charging port on the side right there, and you can just plug it in. And then you can go ahead and plug it into a USB charger. It does not come with a wall block, but typically I will use something like this by my nightstand. I can plug in my watch into one, and I can plug in my reading light in the other one I need to charge it, or I can plug in my phone if I need to charge it in the other one. But these sort of things I use all the time, all around the house. I have like 8 of these things all around the house. Let's talk about this little clip here. It has a little pivot on it. So the pivot helps it to actually clip onto things a little better than it normally would. So it's not a straight clip. It's not just digging into things. It'll actually kind of pivot to grab the most at the best angle, kind of how those pivots work. So my finger, it kind of grabbed it at an up angle. If I were to grab something flat, it would go more on a flat angle. And it's actually pretty tight. I mean, that's good. It does not take a lot of strength though. It's a good tight spring, but it's really easy. It's not something that's difficult to press down. That's the clip part. The clip then has a long arm, and this is probably about 9-10 inches, and it bends 360 degrees. I can put it in a little loop, and I have the light on the end of it. You can kind of see that there. Now, this light is real nice in the fact that you have one push button, a single button. That's it. Not a dozen buttons, no functions, no dials, just a single button. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this light on with one short press. There we go. There's a short press. I'm going to press it again. There's a cooler light. I'm not sure if you can actually see that, but that's kind of a cool white light. I'm going to press it one more time, just a short press, and that's a warm white light. That's warm. I believe there's like 9 or 10 LEDs in there, and they just switch back and forth. If I do another short press, turns it off. So I do a short press again. This first one actually has the cool and the warm together. Again, short press, cool, short press, warm, short press, off. I'm going to turn it back on. I can also control the brightness of the light. I'm going to press and hold the button down. Let's see if you see it here. You really can't see it on the camera. It's actually getting dimmer. And if I press and hold it again, it actually gets brighter. Let's try it with the yellow light. I'm going to press and hold down, and it's getting a little dimmer. I'm going to press and hold down again, and it goes back up, and it's now getting brighter. So here I am actually reading a book. I've turned off all the other lights in the room, and you can see this is plenty bright. The nice part about this is I can clip this into the back. This happens to be a hardcover book. I can clip this into the back of the actual book itself or some pages, and you can actually now see I can turn, I can flip, I can do whatever I want. This bends enough that I can get it out of the way of the pages, and I don't have it stuck down here, and I'm not hitting it with the pages. It has plenty of play and plenty of bending and stretching that I can actually do some great reading. These little blue lights give you battery power. Uh, Typically, they last 4 or 5 days, depending upon how much reading you're doing, and you just plug it back in, and it doesn't take very long to charge at all. It's really pretty easy. And yes, by the way, this does also work on paperbacks, even old ones like this one. But it works pretty well. You can actually see it's sturdy, it clips well, it holds tight, it doesn't move around very much at all. The paperback actual binding is actually bending more than the actual light is. It's a really good reading light. Obviously, a light like this with a clip and a bending light can be used for all sorts of things. You can use it for home improvement project. You can use it for looking for things. You can use it for working on the car. You just kind of clip it up to the hood, and you can use it. I've actually used it for a couple little things around the house. My daughter was making some bracelets, and the light over the actual ceiling light over her desk was blown out. So she just grabbed this and she went ahead and put it on her desk, which is another nice feature. Watch this. If you have a desk or a table, this clip will sit on that desk or table flat. So it's actually kind of a desk lamp as well as a reading light. And it is bright enough to be used as a desk lamp. Again, there's a lot of great uses for this. It's simple, it works great, it charges fast, it's got nice little features. It's my go-to reading lamp now, and I would highly recommend this. Pick one up today, you won't regret it.